Welcome back to the channel. I'm Donna Lee. Today we're going to talk about how to outsmart the narcissist every time. So stay tuned. That's what we're talking about in today's video. But first, if you're brand new to the channel, please hit the like, hit the bell, and hit subscribe. Please help me grow the channel so that I can continue to bring you great content that is going to be helpful for you and that may help you break free from the grip of these toxic people. So without further ado, let's begin. In order to understand how to outsmart a narcissist, you first need to understand the one thing that they're never, ever going to give you. And I have a separate video on that. Just hit the link above there and it's going to take you straight to that video to help you understand what the narcissist is never, ever going to give you. So I've got a whole explanation on that. So how to outsmart the narcissist? Well, if you know what it is that they're never going to give you, which is basically what you want, okay? So you can never let a narcissist know what you want. Now, this is especially true for you if you have children together, okay? If there's like, let's say you're going through a divorce and there's a custody issue going on, which I know many people end up going through before you even know that you're with a narcissist. You've already had children together, and then it becomes this whole ugly, war. And this can go on for years and years and years. But even before that, even if you're just dating one or engaged to one, there is a tactic that you can use. So this is like kind of how to outsmart the narcissist, but really their number one goal is to not give you what you want. This is after the love bombing phase, okay? So once things have settled down, you're either in a contract together, you're engaged, you're married, you've opened a business together, you have, you're in some kind of a contract with one, something that's going to be difficult for you to get out of, okay? Then what you want to do is not let them know what you want. So let's say you are going on a trip, okay? You've got a big trip planned with your girlfriends. You've already paid for your flight. You've already, booked your hotel and you're really excited and you've told your partner or ex-partner that you're going on this trip and blah, 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 and you've made sure that it's their weekend to have the children. And then all of a sudden, because this is what they do, I can't take the kids that weekend. Nope, can't take them. Sorry. So now you're like, I'm not going to be able to go on this trip. Or now you've got to find a babysitter, or maybe you've got to ask your parents or a brother or sister to keep the kids. You've got to suddenly, everything's been thrown into total chaos, right? So I'm going to give you another example before we go on, because this actually used to happen in my situation a lot. So I was remarried and my children were all from my first spouse, and he was supposed to get them every other weekend, right? Every other weekend he was supposed to get the kids. And my current spouse, okay, who was also highly narcissistic, and back then I didn't even know what this was, okay? I was just confused, and if you're like that, if you are trying to figure out like what in the heck is going on with you and all of these people that end up being, crappy people in your life, So here's what would happen. On the weekends that my children were supposed to go with my ex-husband, their father, my current husband would make sure that he stayed home with me. Okay. That he was home. He didn't do anything. He never left my side. But on the weekends that my children were home with us, with me, he would plan all kinds of guy stuff, right? Guy trips, hunting, fishing, whatever. He was away almost all weekend. So he was out having fun while I stayed home with the children. But yet on the weekends when I was free without children, he made sure that he had plans for us all weekend, which kind of sounds sweet in a way. But as the years rolled by, I realized that anytime I wanted to do something with my girlfriends or do, just something for myself, he would become suspicious and even jealous. Okay. So it took me years to figure out that my second spouse was also highly narcissistic. In these situations, what you want to do is you want to put very little importance on what you really want. Okay. You don't want to make a big deal out of it, because if they think this is what you really want, that you want this more than anything, they are going to try to screw it up for you. Okay. They're going to try to mess it up, because one of the reasons, you may think, well, why would someone want to do that? Well, one of the reasons is because they are insanely jealous. Okay. They do not want you going out and having fun unless it's with them. Now, this is one type of narcissist. They're not all like this, but what they all do to some degree is try to destroy your plans for fun, your plans for peace, whatever plans you have. They are going to use delay tactics. They're going to be disagreeable. They're going to throw a wrench in the middle of your little, plan and party, whatever it is that you're wanting to do. So you cannot let them know if this is a super important big deal to you. You cannot let them know. So let's take the example of you want to go away with your girlfriends, big girlfriend trip plan, and your ex is supposed to have the kids on that weekend. Do not mention one single word about this girl trip that you're going on. Not one word. Okay. Never let them know. Do not tell them you're going out of town. Do not do any of those things unless you have to. I mean, if your ex is supposed to have, the kids and they're, an adult, there shouldn't be any reason why they would need you. But, of course, hopefully they have access to your email or whatever communication you've arranged, however if it's WhatsApp, if it's text, if it's phone, if it's email. I know a lot of you will only communicate through email, but, they can call an emergency number if there's an emergency. So you would never tell them. So if your thoughts or your tactic was to try to make them jealous by telling them ahead of time all your fabulous plans, no, you do not do that. The less they know about what makes you happy, any plans that you have for fun, celebration, trips, any of that, the better. Just don't tell them. Just do not tell them at all. Okay. And in the situation where if it's your current spouse that's never wanting you to do anything with your girlfriends, just don't make a big deal out of it. I mean, hang on. Really, if they have the right to go out with their friends, their guy friends, going hunting, going fishing, and doing all the things, well, so do you. Just don't rub it in their face a whole lot and just say, hey, you had your time. I need my time. Now, my ex-spouse, my second husband, happened to be extremely jealous and would stalk me even when I wasn't doing anything wrong. Let's say I just wanted to go window shopping or wanted to go to the mall and walk around. He would call me and text me and say, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" If I went to, I remember one time I went and took jujitsu lessons. I really wanted to learn self-defense. That's a whole other story. But I would come home and it was obvious I had had this massive workout, and I would want to show him what I had learned in class. And he just didn't want to hear it because he could not stand me doing anything apart from what he was doing. He didn't, I guess, didn't trust me, didn't want my attention on anything else or anyone else ever. So that is definitely a highly narcissistic person. They're supposed to be the center of attention. They're supposed to be your entire focal point. So do what you need to do. Plan your trips, do your exercise stuff, have fun, and just, if you have to stay in or you need to stay in your relationship, then just downplay how much fun you're having. I mean, I know it sounds like you're living inauthentically, and in a way you are, because you really can't live the way you want to live with one of these people. Okay. It's just not going to work. So just downplay everything or don't mention it at all. And if this sounds like you and you are absolutely miserable and ready to break free forever from the toxic grip of narcissistic relationships and toxic people, then schedule a one-on-one consultation with me. It's absolutely free. And let's get you confident, loving yourself. I have a 6-week reinvention and soul breakthrough program that teaches you how to love yourself from your soul to your toes, have unshakable self-confidence, and connect to the power within you so that you create life on your terms. Thank you for watching, guys. And if you haven't subscribed, please like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what you want to know more of, and I'll be happy to make a video about that if I can. So I'll see you next time.